Vinod Tyagi sir, are you there?
Vinod Tyagi sir, I think he is not there.
Okay, then Shubha Parihar, please begin.
Shubha Pariyar, please begin your presentation. Please share the screen and you have 7 minutes for the presentation.
Yes, sir. Okay. So first of all, respected honorable professors, chairpersons, distinguished keynote speakers, esteemed scientists, participants, and along with it, future research scholars. So good afternoon to all of you at this 32nd International Conference on Science and Technology, Mathematics and UN SDGs 2026, hosted by AKSU Satna. So myself, Shubha Singh Parihar, research scholar, APSU University, Riva. And my topic is to study solar wind plasma disturbances and in relation with geomagnetic storms during solar cycle 24. So let's introduce my work. So as we know that the sun earth system represents one of the most dynamic plasma environment in our solar system. So here solar activity continuously release magnetized plasma and energetic particles into the heliosphere in the form of solar wind streams and coronal mass ejections. So when these disturbances propagate through interplanetary space and interact with the Earth's magnetosphere, they can trigger significant space weather phenomena. Among which geomagnetic storms are particularly important, which leads to enhanced solar wind pressure, fluctuations in magnetic fields, and variations in plasma density, which strongly influence the magnetospheric systems, which is essential for advancing solar terrestrial interaction knowledge and space weather dynamics, which can be quantitatively measured by during DST, distance storm times, indices and KP indices, which is mainly controlled by magnetic reconnection. Okay, so when the IMF, particularly southward component of interplanetary magnetic field, turns southwards, it becomes oppositively directed to Earth's magnetic field. Under these two cause, allowing efficient transfer of energy and plasma from solar wind into the magnetosphere. So as per characterized by solar cycle 24, they are characterized relatively weaker solar activity compared to previous solar cycles. So despite this, several significant coronal mass ejections driven geomagnetic storm events were recorded during solar cycle 24. So after studying these events provide valuable insights. Uh, this is the interplanetary magnetic field. Yes, this is our experimental data. So after studying these events provide valuable insights into how solar wind plasma disturbances influence magnetospheric dynamics under lower solar activity. So scientifically, my research topic to study solar wind plasma disturbances in relation with geomagnetic storms during solar cycle 24 is extremely important for space weather forecasting first. Then, because of most of geomagnetic storms are moderate in solar cycle 24, but fewer are severe too. So severe geomagnetic storms can significantly affect modern technological systems, including satellite operations, radio and communication systems, then GPS navigation, power transmission networks, etc. So therefore, improving our understanding of solar wind magnetosphere coupling mechanisms is essential for mitigating potential risk associated with space weather events. So for this work, may I move on to data analysis? Okay. So such analysis also contributes to improving our understanding of space weather variability across different.
Please
Yes, sure. Across different solar cycles. So for this work, data of different coronal mass ejections are taken from SOHO, large angle spectrometric coronagraph, SOHO LASCO, and extreme UV imaging satellite telescope, SOHO EIT data. And to determine disturbances in geomagnetic fields and solar wind plasma parameters, hourly data of DST index and solar wind plasma have been used and taken from OmniWeb data, the data of X-ray solar flares and other solar data, solar geophysical data report, US Department of Commerce, NOAA, a monthly issue, and solar STP data will be used. So as we conclude, sir, solar wind plasma disturbances not only play fundamental role in controlling dynamics of geomagnetic storms within Earth's magnetosphere, but also their analysis with solar wind parameters and IMF variations during solar cycle 24, which provides important reasons into the mechanism responsible for geomagnetic storms formation. And continued research very crucial for improving space weather prediction and solar terrestrial interactions in this field for future research. So once again, with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. I sincerely again thanks to AKSU Satna, their conference organizers, respected chairpersons, and distinguished international future scholars
Thank you for the insightful presentation, Shubha.
for their kind attention. I would be grateful to receive your valuable questions, comments, and suggestions. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, we got a few questions for you from the audience.
Yes, sir.
In your slide, you shows the correlations is only only 0.13.
Yes, sir.
Then how could you say that it shows a good correlation? Pressure.
Which graph, sir?
Pressure graph.
Pressure.
Yeah, this one.
This one.
You shows now.
Yes.
And your correlation coefficient, the value of R is equal to 0.13 between these two events. Which events?
R is equals to 0.13. Okay. So which events means which date, sir?
Which events?
Which events?
The correlation shows between what? Between what?
So correlations is associated with speed of associated CMEs and geomagnetic storms magnitudes.
It should be, I think so, it should be 0.50. Ever 0.50. You should have to correct your data.
For which parameters, sir? With respect to speed?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
आपने लिखा है एक्सपेरिमेंटल डाटा, तो किस लेबोरेटरी से लिया है, लेबोरेटरी या किसी वेबसाइट से?
सर वेबसाइट से हमने बताया ना सर, सबके लिए अलग अलग बताया ना.
तो एक्सपेरिमेंटल डाटा इट मींस कलेक्ट इन लाइब्रेरी अरे लैब.
Yes, collecting and published already these data, sir. Published in International Journal of Current Science Research and Review, sir, and dated 3rd March 2024. Then after that, I present here, sir.
So it is not a experimental data, okay? This is the website data.
Then experimentally after taking website, I prove, na, sir?
No. Only website data.
But as I already published, sir, not issue came. Yes, sir.
आपने नोवा का यूज किया हुआ है यहाँ पर
Here for CMEs के लिए सर सोहो लास्ट को यूज किया है और सोहो EIT डाटा यूज किया है और जियोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड्स के लिए हमने आवरली डाटा DST इंडेक्स लिया है और सोलर विंड प्लाज्मा को लेके एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है और ओमनी वेब डाटा को भी लिया हुआ है।
आपने मेथोडोलॉजी में लिखा हुआ है यू आर यूज NOAA।
यस यस।
उससे आपने कौन सा डाटा लिया है?
सर हमने उसका सोलर फ्लेयर्स मतलब डाटा ऑफ एक्सरे सोलर फ्लेयर्स एंड अदर सोलर डाटा जो हैं वो हमने सोलर जियोफिजिकल डाटा रिपोर्ट यूएस से लिया है और डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड NOAA मंथली इशू से लिया है।
Thank you so much, Shubha.
थैंक्स अ लॉट सर।
Yes. Okay, Dr. Vinod Tyagi, are you there?